Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Buffalo, New York for the third event of the VLA 2021 regular season. I'm Rob St. Clair. Thank you so much for joining us. We have an incredible match to start you off this weekend live on the VLA YouTube channel. Of course, a championship rematch from last summer's Kickoff Classic event between the Chicago Icemen warming up here behind me and the home team, New York's Team LVC. So much to talk about in this match. We're so excited to have you guys along for the ride. Please, if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do that. Share the stream with everyone you know. Let your friends know you're watching some incredible volleyball this weekend. We're so excited to bring you 6 matches, the whole schedule on the website and in the YouTube description. So we are excited to have you guys. We will, just under a minute, we'll introduce the lineups. And first serve coming up in just a minute. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Niagara Frontier Sports Center for the first match of the weekend. Live Volleyball League of America action, a championship rematch between the visitors, the Chicago Icemen, and the home team, New York's Team LVC. Let's introduce the teams first. From the Chicago Icemen, at setter number 2, Tim Faulkner. At libero number 3, Colin Merck. Outside hitter number 4, Kyle Overby. Outside hitter number 7, Tyler Wills. Opposite number 9, Dan Starkey. Middle blocker number 14, Peter Dabrowski. Middle blocker number 18, Brandon Poindexter. And middle blocker number 22, Scott Sawicki. And the home team, the New York Legion Team LVC, number 1, Chris Hosley. Number 2, Christian Smith. Number 6, Andrew Fishman. Number 7, Dan Glamick. Number 8, AJ Witkowski. Number 9, John Keller. Number 10, Lance Rogers. Number 13, Eric Martin. Number 14, Chris Hoosman. Number 15, Jordan Veree. Number 17, Amir Lugo Rodriguez. Number 25, Dave Evans. Number 23, Nick Smith. And number 24, Ryan Carty. Team LVC is coached by CJ Denka and Jesse Walker. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Live VLA Volleyball is back. We are so excited to be here in, I think, technically West Seneca, New York, the Buffalo area in Western New York, the Niagara Frontier Sports Center. Some incredible volleyball coming your way all weekend long, and we are starting it off with a bang, a championship rematch between the Chicago Icemen in blue and white on the far side of your screen and the New York Legion, Team LVC, in black on the near side. So much to get to with this match. Obviously a championship rematch, like I said, but a lot of individual matchups that we are sure to want to talk about. Starting off first and foremost with a very interesting middle blocker duo here. Number 10 in black, Lance Rogers, versus number 14 in white, Peter Dabrowski, former college teammates at George Mason. These guys have been hyping up this individual matchup for years. They've wanted to play against one another ever since graduating college, but it has not happened until right now. This is a matchup many years in the making. We're very excited about that, both individually and between these two teams. I am Rob St. Clair. Thank you guys so much for joining us live on YouTube and on Instagram Live. First serve coming your way from number 2 in black, Christian Smith, the former National Player of the Year setter for LVC. Starkey tips out of the back row and to the floor. First point on the board for the weekend for the Chicago Icemen. That was number 9 in white, Dan Starkey, opposite out of Cal State Northridge, flying in out of the back row. And a good adjustment to put that ball away. A reigning all-tournament setter, Tim Faulkner, putting in the foot serve. Hand pass by hometown kid Dan Glamick, gets this ball on the right side over the top of the block. Was there a touch detected? No, no touch called. I am not sure. Not very good hand contact over the top of the block that time by Glamick, but it could have deflected off of somebody. And I believe it has been admitted to by the Icemen block. So LVC are going to take the point on that one. We're tied up at 1. Glamick, like I mentioned, hometown kid, a cool story this weekend. Returning home for the first time since the pandemic. Perfect pass that time by Merck. This is Starkey on the left side. Great block touch by Veree. Evans can run this down. This is Fishman over the top of the block, and a touch. And touched by the block and defender Tyler Wills on its way out of bounds. So a nice transition. Dig into kill. Put away by number 6 in black, Andrew Fishman. Outside hitter out of SUNY New Paltz, as are many of this weekend's Team LVC guys. Glamick once again with the float serve, working on Overby down the line. This will be Starkey on the left side. Another good block touch by Veree. Big opportunity here for Team LVC. Rogers through the block of Overby and down. Lance Rogers, number 10 in black, 29-year-old middle blocker from New Jersey. Like I said, went to George Mason, playing against his former college teammate Peter Dabrowski for the first time since college. Starkey again tipped into the block of Veree, but covered on the Icemen's side. I don't think Starkey even saw that ball until the last second. This is Veree's first look offensively. Nice block touch by Dabrowski. Overby over the top of the block and out of bounds. No touch detected. So nice work here early on by Team LVC here, forcing the Icemen a little bit out of system in rotation 1. Balls and service receive pretty exclusively going to Starkey on the left side so far, who has played a lot of outside hitter in his career, but Veree doing a really good job slowing the ball down, giving LVC transition looks here early on. Another perfect pass by Merck. There's the middle attack that the Icemen were looking for. And the tap to the floor on the 31 by Peter Dabrowski. Important side out there early for Chicago is number 4 in white, Kyle Overby, 6'6" outside hitter out of Lindenwood University, back to serve. Got a very dangerous jump spinner working on Fishman. Really good pass. Fishman way inside. Excellent block touch by Starkey and a net violation committed by Fishman after he landed and followed through, touching the bottom tape. Great block touch that time by Starkey, an early theme from both teams. Right side blockers doing a good job slowing down attacks. Icemen here back within 1. Overby, good serve working on the front row. Fishman last time. Let's see where he goes. Nice little hooking serve handled by libero Dave Evans. Great diving play by Merck and overpassed. I think Starkey got a fingertip on that one. Lands on the LVC side. A brilliant defensive play by number 3 in blue, Colin Merck. The libero out of Quincy. We're going to see roam in the backcourt for the Icemen all weekend long. Kid is an absolute monster in serve, receive, and defense, and we're tied up at 4. That time well watched long by Evans, but a pretty good run by Overby to get the Icemen back level here early on set number 1. Of course, we play best 3 out of 5 sets to 25 points. We must win by 2 if we go to set 5, which I would not doubt at all between these two teams. It'll be played only to 15. Rogers there with the short attempt at a float serve, a little bit too short. Our first look at number 18 in blue and white, Brandon Poindexter. Middle blocker out of Boston College, Cambridge, Massachusetts native. Going to be fun to see him play against his hometown team, Boston Bounce, later on this weekend. Rodriguez, what a wow. What a hammer. Fun swing there for number 17 in black, Amir Lugo Rodriguez. 27-year-old middle blocker, 6'8", South Pasadena, California native. Was a first-team All-American at Long Beach State University, now an assistant coach at Northwestern in Chicago on the women's side. So a little Chicago connection there, excuse me. First look at the service line from Jordan Varee. Pretty good pass that time by Overby. This is Wills on the left side, sharp cross court. Diving play made by Evans, but not kept alive for long. Good defensive effort that time by number 25 in white, Dave Evans, former National Player of the Year in Division III at Stevens Institute of Technology in New Jersey. We saw him play outside hitter for LVC really well back in January at libero so far here in this match. Great save by Smith, sent over as a free ball by Lugo Rodriguez. Faulkner to Poindexter and hammered cross body. What a rip by number 18 in blue and white and right on cue. Brandon making an impact immediately upon entering this match. Brandon, a big dude at 6'9", such a physical presence attacking and blocking. 7-6 Chicago with Starkey, a very good server back there. Changes that one up, tries to cut it short, a little bit too short, and we're tied up at 7 apiece. I want to thank everyone for joining us live on YouTube, live on Instagram Live. Instagram Live viewers, if you want to check out the match, better camera angle, better audio, scoreboard overlay, find us on YouTube, links in our bio. We're going to be streaming live all weekend long. Fishman with the jump serve. Pretty good pass by Overby. This is Starkey out of the back row. Again, the connection not quite there, but Smith, the setter, has to take the first ball. What a set that time by Evans. And Glamick rolled just over the tape and down through the block of Faulkner on the Icemen's side. Nice set that time by libero Dave Evans. Fooled the Icemen block. Gave Glamick a pretty good look at that one. LVC takes the lead 8-7. Fishman, a dangerous server. Another great pass. Pipe attack to Overby. Look at that. That is just a thing of beauty. Brilliant set choice by Faulkner, and I can't wait to see throughout the weekend how much our three teams use that part of the offense, that quick middle back row big attack with the outside hitter flying in from behind the 3-meter line. All outside hitters at this high of a level use that heavily as a part of their offense. Nice swing that time by Glamick against 3 blockers. Gets the deflection out of play for an important Team LVC point inside out that time. This is Lugo Rodriguez from the service line. He's got some variety, got some options. Going to go with the float serve here early on. Hand pass by Merck. Platform set out to Overby against two big blockers. Play made by Vuri. Fishman out of the back row, rolls it to Starkey. Where does Faulkner go here? Overby again, sharp cross court, and he missed it out of bounds. That set a little bit inside. A decent catch-up block move by Rogers to force Overby's hand into slicing off a pretty sharp angle. And he couldn't tag the sideline. So now 10-8 the score in favor of New York. Lugo Rodriguez again. Overby, nice deflection off the block. Chance here for LVC. Tipped over by Christian Smith and right on the sideline. The front row setter, number 2 in black, Christian Smith, with an excellent scramble play off the defensive touch. Front row setter fully within his rights to throw that ball down over on 2. Both setters very good at that. Another good serve here by Lugo Rodriguez. That time, Poindexter rejected by Rogers. And an excellent read by number 10 in black, closing the door on Poindexter's cross body that he's already had success with once here early on. 12-8, nice little run here on the serve of Lugo Rodriguez. Oh, dumped to the floor by Faulkner. Of course, you see one setter dump have success. The other setter is going to take note of that and try to pull the same thing immediately. Anything you can do, I can do better. Big play there to get Icemen out of that rotation. Here's Poindexter serving, working on the front row outside hitter Glamick. Overpass, what a save by Smith. Free ball opportunity here. Smith to Rogers again. Nice block touch kept alive by Poindexter. Starkey rolled to Fishman. Vuri out of the back row. Through the block of Overby and down on the Icemen side. Tough to tell in real time which side that ball landed on. That's going to be an LVC point. And Jordan Vuri, number 15 in black, just an all-time college career at St. Francis University in the EVA, set all kinds of records, a huge piece of the Legion offense. Another misconnection between Faulkner and Starkey out of the back row. This is Vuri again. Tools the block of Overby and out of play. Nice wrist away action off the outside hand. And the Icemen offense has got to figure something out on that D-ball option here. That's 3 times already that we've seen Starkey have to pretty much send over a free ball when he could have gotten a decent look at a piece of offense out of the back row. Poindexter, no, sorry, that's Dabrowski into the block of his former collegiate teammate Rogers, but just out of bounds is the call. I thought that was in real time. Ooh, that might be a break there for Chicago. I thought that block from Rogers got a piece of the sideline. But Dabrowski's going to have the last laugh for now as Faulkner back to the line, down by 4. 10 serving 14. Good pass by Glamick here in rotation 1. He'll get this ball on the right side. Great block touch by Dabrowski. Overby into the block. That's 1 touch, 2. Got to be sent over by Starkey, and it is. Rogers rejected by Dabrowski. And now 2 points in a row of Peter Dabrowski getting the better of that individual matchup. First one maybe a little bit lucky. But a nice piece of anticipation that time by number 14 in blue and white, and Chicago right back in this thing, 11 serving 14. Tough pass by Glamick. This is going to be sent over as a down ball by Fishman. Pretty good piece of pressure. Wills can run this down. Free ball here, LVC. Where does Smith go? 3 front row options. Rogers over the top of the block. Dug by Wills again. Starkey high into the hands of the block of Rogers and out of play. Excellent defense that time by Chicago, running that ball down off the Fishman touch. Number 7 in white, Tyler Wills, 27-year-old outside hitter out of Clark University, playing some good defense back there in middle back. 12-14 now. Icemen making a nice run here against Legion's rotation 1. It's going to be a storyline to follow all weekend long. Neither team showing a lot of confidence so far in that rotation, and an ace serve. Tim Faulkner with the floater deflects off the elbow of Dave Evans in some nasty knuckling action. Can read the Mikasa on that ball the entire way across the net from Faulkner. Nice hand contact on the float serve, and we've got a ball game here, folks. 13-14. Smith from his knees, set to Rogers, blocked but covered. This is Varie on the left side. Great high swing into the hands of Starkey and deflects out of play. Nice piece of offense there from number 15, Jordan Varie. His entire intent with that swing was to hit the ball into the block. Wanted to hit that ball hard into the high part of the hands. At the very least, get it covered back on his side. But gets a nice deflection that time. High-level pin attackers not afraid of the block at this level. Float serve that time by Glamick short, and that's a good break for Chicago, as New York had a little bit of a run in that rotation last time around. This will be Kyle Overby to serve once again. Had some success going at Fishman last time. Trailing by 1, 14-15. Good serve working on Fishman again and an overpass. Where does Faulkner go with this one? Wills, did he get the block touch? I do not think so. That ball a little bit underset. Wills trying to get a piece of the fingertips of the block. No touch detected. And LVC escapes. And the substitution here going to come in, number 13, Eric Martin, the legendary 48-year-old setter out of Sterling, Virginia, coming in as a service sub for Lance Rogers. An absolute legend in East Coast volleyball. Good serve, too, confusing the Icemen passers, and a straight down stuff block by Lugo Rodriguez, all set up by the Eric Martin serve. An excellent substitution by Coach CJ Dink. 17-14 now New York. Trying to get on the board here in set one, playing at home. Starkey again, sharp cross court inside the block of Fishman and down. Great repeat set that time by Faulkner. Dabrowski, a pretty dangerous float server, got a nice flat contact working on Fishman's hands. Fishman cross court, dug by Dabrowski. Overpass now. LVC, where does Smith go? Varie on the right side. Pretty good block touch, stabbed at by Overby. But Faulkner can't quite send it over on the third touch. And LVC walks away with the point. Pretty nice scramble there from Chicago, but not quite enough to stop that New York free ball offense. Rotation 3 receive here for Chicago. Poindexter, Wills, and Starkey, the front row hitting options against the serve of Jordan Varie. What a hammer by Varie, barely kept alive by Wills. This will be a free ball at best. Where does LVC go with this one? Smith in the front row. Goes to Fishman over the top of the block of Starkey. Did he get the touch? Yes, he did, plus a net violation. Net violation called against Dan Starkey by our down official. I think that's a good call. An incredible serve by Jordan Varie set that all up. Varie again now leading by 4, 19-15. A huge opportunity here to put this set away. Oh, another aggressive look at a serve. Don't blame him at all for that one, but missed a little bit short, and Chicago breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief. 16-19 Chicago trails, and Starkey, one of those servers that you can rely on to get you back in a set in this kind of a situation. Tries to go to the zone 1 sideline that time, but well watched by Evans as it travels just wide. Thanks everyone again for tuning in. I'm Rob St. Clair. If you're watching on YouTube, watching on YouTube Live, get in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. Any questions? Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me who you're rooting for. Spam those emojis, either the flamingo or the freezing, shivering man emoji. Love that. Great pass by Merck. Starkey out of the back row is absolutely roofed that time by the Long Beach State duo of Glamick and Lugo Rodriguez. Absolutely nowhere to go that time for Dan Starkey, and now 21-16. LVC looking to put this thing away. Pretty good pass by Overby. Beautiful. Wills against one blocker. Into the block of Smith and another stuff block. Excellent move by number 2 in black. Reaching back into the cross court to take that angle away from Wills, and a pretty good late move by Lugo Rodriguez as well. Service pressure from Fishman paying off. That was a good pass, though, Chicago couldn't quite take advantage of. This time cutting it short. Perfect pass by Merck. Poindexter again. Wrist away, high contact, deep into the court, and that is pretty much unstoppable. Chicago now trailing by 5, 17-22. Good jump serve from Wills, handled pretty well by Glamick. This is Lugo Rodriguez, tipped to the floor out of the middle. Nice spacing created that time by Smith and Lugo Rodriguez in the 31. This is number 17 in black, tips that between a seam in the blockers. He goes back to serve as Rogers comes back into the front row after the service substitution. Rotation 5 received here for Chicago, Poindexter and Overby. The front row hitters along with Tim Faulkner. Great pass by Merck. Poindexter again, hits it as hard as he can and gets a fortunate deflection off the block of, I believe, Dan Glamick that time. Poindexter down by 5. Servin coming in to play some defense. Had a dig in the last rally. Great pass by Glamick. Vree out of the back row down the line, and Poindexter can't quite handle that one. Excellent swing by number 15 in black, Jordan Vree. I love the way he's able to work the ball down the line with that wrist away action with pace. And now we've got 6 set points coming up here for New York. Christian Smith will have the honors, 24-18. Hand pass by Overby. Dabrowski crossbody kept alive. Free ball coming over here. Where does Chicago go? Starkey out of the back row again. Down the line, that may have been going out of bounds, but Evans took a stab at it. So Chicago gets the side out the second time of asking in that rally. Now Faulkner with a mountain to climb. Still 5 set points here for New York. 5 opportunities to side out. But we saw Faulkner with an ace last time with the float serve. Rotation 1 receive. Where does Smith go here? Good float serve down the line. Oh, brilliant set by Smith to Rogers, but he pulls it out of bounds a little bit too much cross body. So another set point saved by Chicago. Trying to stay alive, if not for this set, then at the very least for the next one. So much more volleyball here to play this match and all weekend long. 20-24 now. And that serve out of bounds by Faulkner will end any chance at a Chicago comeback, and New York takes set number 1, 25-20. The home team on the board first here in our best-of-5 championship rematch. A lot more volleyball to play. Teams will change sides. We'll be right back in a couple minutes with set number 2. Don't go anywhere. So many storylines to talk about in this match and the matches all weekend long, I hardly know even where to start. I talked about the individual matchup of Dabrowski versus Rogers, former collegiate middle blocker teammates, of course. We've got this as a championship rematch. The Icemen beating New York 3-0 back in the summer in July to win the kickoff classic at Volleyball's place. We've got the Legion depth. We've got them playing at home. We've got Chicago with only 8 guys right now, but a 9th coming very soon. These guys are definitely going to get tested, their endurance, playing 4 best-of-5 matches on the weekend. We've got an interesting homecoming story for Dan Glamick on the LVC side. I'll get to that in a lot more detail later. Got some high flyers, got some stars, got some overseas professional pedigree, got some NCAA individual and team championships and honors. And, of course, we got Boston Bounce, the new VLA Tier 2 squad coming up, their first match in just a couple hours at 1 p.m. against this same Chicago team. That is very exciting. Boston making a splash in the VLA in their first event, bringing a big roster with some big names. Set number 2 about to get underway. Again, I'm Rob St. Clair. Thanks for joining us live on the VLA YouTube channel. Tim Faulkner starting us off against New York, rotation 6 receive. Pretty good pass by Glamick. This is Vary out of the back row. Through the block of Overby and down. May have been a field goal right between Overby's hands. And if you watched the matches between Team LVC and Team Pineapple back in January, you know how important Jordan Vary is to the LVC offense. Just has got to score at a very high volume and high efficiency as Smith misses that float serve short into the net. The opposite position at this high of a level, so often called upon to be that guy, to lead the team in scoring, hit at decent efficiency and on high volume and in often out-of-system situations. Guys who are good at that can really separate themselves at that opposite spot as Overby misses that jump serve. Vary having a nice match so far here for New York. Glamick here, good float serve, working on Merck's hands. Perfect pass, one-handed back set. But not quite well enough controlled. Ooh, I don't know about this call. Yeah, I think we're going to get a discussion here between our officials. Yeah, Faulkner, a back row setter. As soon as that ball gets above the plane of the net, Rogers, the blocker for New York, has every right to go up and get it. And New York is going to take this point, and I think that's the correct call. If Faulkner were in a front row spot in the rotation, it would be a bit of a different story. But that ball passed just a little bit too tight. New York takes the point. They lead 3-1 early on here. Set number 2, Glamick continuing to serve. Good hand pass by Overby. Wills high into the hands. Great block touch by Vary. Vary rolled over the top, dug by Faulkner. Big swing by Starkey here on the left side, right side, excuse me. Through a seam in the block and down. That is very important piece of offense there from number 9 in blue, Dan Starkey. We saw a couple missed connections between him and Faulkner in set 1. That is a piece of the offense that the Icemen desperately need to have that right side attacking presence. Float serve there by Dabrowski, handled by Fishman. This is Fishman on the left side. Nice set, dug by Dabrowski. Big opportunity here for Wills out of system. Slowed down by the block touch of Rogers. Smith to the bick. Glamick tipped over the top and just out of the reach of Poindexter as he falls to the floor. I love that set choice by Smith to the bick of Glamick, and I love that off-speed option. Not something we see all that much from those pipe attackers using tip or off-speed. I really like that play. Oh, what a block that time by Fishman. 1-on-1. Perfect pass, and Faulkner creates the separation with the middle on the 31, leaving only one block on the right side for Starkey. But number 6 in black with a great move, and that's a huge missed opportunity for Chicago. Poindexter is roofed again. That time Lugo Rodriguez not fooled at all. Fronting Poindexter the whole way with Vary there as well. And so far New York just a little bit of an advantage in the blocking matchup. One step ahead in the mental game. Rogers continuing to serve. Perfect pass by Merck. This is Starkey again. Oh, what a stab by Smith, but unfortunately too deep to be run down. That's a really nice high contact point swing by Dan Starkey. And Dan, one of those players, like so many heavy arm jump servers, that can create his own momentum that translates over to the rest of the game from the way that he serves. This is a huge trip to the line. Good rip there. Handled pretty well by Glamick. This is Vary on the right side, and a late Poindexter makes a move into the seam and an unlucky deflection out of play. Important side out that time by New York. Sends Vary back to the line where we know he is extremely dangerous. Excellent pass by Overby. Poindexter crossbody stabbed at by Vary into the ceiling. That's in play, but the pancake play, can't quite be made. Chicago takes that point. Kill for Brandon Poindexter. We are playing this weekend that the ceiling is in play. Ceiling a little bit low with some light fixtures and some crossbars that'll probably come into play, especially as hard as these guys hit the ball. What a serve by Tyler Wills, wrist away right on the sideline. Untouchable ace serve that time. A phenomenal hand contact and service choice by the 4-time NAIA All-American. See if he goes back there at Fishman again. He trails by 2, 5-7. Another good rip, handled pretty well by Glamick. Lugo Rodriguez into the block of Poindexter, but covered. Kept alive by Overby, but unfortunately the outstretched arm of Wills can't pop that ball back up. Big play by New York to get a pretty hot server off the line that time. 8-5 in favor of the Flamingos. Look how good these two teams look in their Smack Sportswear threads. Shout outs to them for their sponsorship of the VLA. Fishman, pretty good pass by Wills. This is Overby on the left side, high into the hands. Excellent block touch by Smith. Lugo Rodriguez in transition through the block of Poindexter and down on the Chicago side. LVC doing an outstanding job so far, making good block moves. Whether they're stuff blocks or not, they are producing block touches that slow the attack down and create good offensive looks in transition for their team. Overby, a really good swing that time, even higher and even harder off the hands of Lugo Rodriguez and out of play. Poindexter again serving here. I know he's been really excited to get back in action this weekend, especially against his hometown team in Boston coming up later. Nice swing down the line that time by Glamick, chiseling off the block of Faulkner. (10-6) New York here. Lugo Rodriguez back to serve, who's generated some nice runs so far in this match. Rotation 6 receive here for Chicago. Dumped by Faulkner, but a really good cover by Merck. Pushed all the way to the outside to Overby, and he's rejected by Rogers. Great footwork and handwork that time by number 10 in black. And Overby unable to quite accelerate and beat the seam fast enough. Now 11-6, a 5-point lead. Impressive performance so far from New York. Overby again, just straight over the top of the block. Nothing Smith can do to slow that one down. That is Kyle Overby's strength right there. Anyone who's played a lot of volleyball in Chicagoland or indoor or outdoor has seen this guy play and understands how explosive he is. 7 serving 11 now. Faulkner back in rotation 1. Good float serve. Brilliant pass by Glamick. One-on-one opportunity cross court. And a dig by Merck, not quite high enough to be kept alive. Great set that time by Smith. Off a very good pass. Quick delivery, generates the one-on-one. And no doubt about that one from Glamick. Nice piece of offense that time. Really good pass by Wills off a tough float serve. Overby over the top of the block. What a diving play by Fishman. But just out of bounds on the Icemen's side. Nice piece of defense, but the kill by Kyle Overby in rotation 1. We'll see if Overby continues to be the go-to guy in that rotation for Chicago. He serves now down by 4, 8 serving 12. Short into the net that time, trying to hook that one across his body to position 1. Glamick here going with the jump spinner for the first time in the match. Handled pretty well by Merck. Poindexter tipped out of the middle. Diving play made by Vary. This is Fishman in transition. And he's rejected by Starkey with Poindexter there as well. Not Poindexter, excuse me. That was Dabrowski, who goes back to serve now. Poindexter back into the front row. Rotation 2 receive here for New York. Hand pass by Fishman. This is Vary on the right side through the block. What a dig by Overby. Wow, rescue left-handed by Tyler Wills. This is Vary again outside the antenna. That's going to be a Chicago point. What a play by Tyler Wills. That set coming from Dan Starkey was way outside the antenna. But not only did Wills rescue it, he made a pretty good swing on it with that left arm. And it ended up generating a Chicago point. That could be a huge play. Chicago within 3, 10-13. Vary again off the repeat set. Another brilliant dig. Starkey can have a swing at this. Wrist away and right on the sideline. What a play by Chicago. That's 2 tremendous digs in a row by Kyle Overby. And Chicago taking advantage of both of them. Outstanding volleyball being played to close this gap. Now a 2-point deficit only. Fishman, excellent swing, chiseling down the line off the block of Starkey. Just what the doctor ordered for Team LVC. We are heating up here in Buffalo, I can already tell. The level of volleyball just continuing to increase. The stakes of this match becoming all the more apparent, and crushed crossbody that time by Poindexter. I just love the way Brandon waits for the ball and crunches that ball all the way across his shoulders. Got some really good range in the way that he times and rotates his body. A tremendous asset for a guy of that size to be able to hit both shots. Good rip by Starkey working on Evans. Overpassed and hammered to the floor by Wills. And I mentioned Starkey's potential at the service line earlier. Able to really generate that pressure and string together some runs. And there's one right there. The tap down by Tyler Wills, who's also heating up here for Chicago. 13-14 now. Good competitive set number 2 here. Chicago trailing 1-9. Another good swing. The wrist away action, spinning left to right, but misses the sideline by just a little. Sigh of relief on the New York side, and their most dangerous server, in my opinion now, Jordan Vary back there. Big high toss, handled really well by Overby. Starkey out of the back row, a little bit of an inside set and a straight down stuff block. Lugo Rodriguez absolutely all over that one. That is not a good set by Faulkner to Starkey. That connection has got to improve. Any opportunity that Chicago can get in a decent offensive look to get a server of the caliber of Jordan Vary off the line, they've got to take advantage of. Now 16-13. Pass well off the net. That's going to be a platform set from Merck to Wills. The block pulls off the net for New York, and that's a smart play as Wills misses it into the top tape. A timeout here going to be called by Chicago after that crazy momentum swinging run generated by the block defense and transition offense. Now the inability to decide out of this rotation going to trigger a Chicago timeout. Their first of the set. 17-13 New York. We will be right back for more VLA volleyball action. Stay tuned. Let's see if the timeout is enough to slow down the jump serve of Jordan Veree. Oh, pretty good serve out of the timeout. Handled well by Overby. This is Wills against two blockers. Chopped down the line, dug by Veree. Opportunity here out of the back row in transition, and what a bomb down the line. Just an incredible swing by Jordan Veree, lighting up a very good libero in Colin Merck, such that he can't keep that ball alive. Excellent swing and a good set by Dave Evans, the libero, the second setter, doing some good things, keeping the LVC offense loosely in system after the setter has to take the first ball. Finally, the run is over with the Veree service error. And it wouldn't be a Jordan Veree match without talking about his footwork. You can see when he jump serves, he's got conventional footwork with his left foot as his last step, which is standard for right-handers. But when he hits on the right side, front row or back row, he actually switches his feet to have his right foot be his last step. Nice put away that time by Lugo Rodriguez, cross-body out of the middle. But just to finish that thought, Jordan, the only player I've ever seen to switch his footwork based on where he is on the court. Just a fascinating aspect of his technique. This is Fishman working on Wills. Pretty good pass. Faulkner to Starkey out of the back row. Another inside set. Starkey tried to catch the fingertips. Did he get them? No, he did not. That's another setting mistake by Faulkner, in my opinion, and that connection just has not been there so far. The lead for LVC swells back up to 6, 20-14. Another good pass by Wills. Poindexter, excellent block touch by Lugo Rodriguez. Veree can run it down. A free ball sent over by Glamick. Where does Faulkner go here? Overby on the left side. Another good block touch. Glamick rolled into the block of Poindexter. Great cover by Evans. Chicago's got to have this off the dig of Merck. And they do. Wrist away, bomb out of the pipe by Tyler Wills, plus a net violation, and a huge point for Chicago to have any chance here in set number 2. They're back within 5, and Poindexter back at the line. Rotation 5 received here from New York. Glamick and Lugo Rodriguez up there with Smith. Excellent quick delivery again, but what a dig by Wills. Swiped into the block, and somebody touched the net. It was Faulkner of Chicago. Both teams playing some pretty good defense here so far, but LVC so far better able to take advantage of those opportunities in transition offense. This is number 23, a service sub, Nick Smith, who comes in off the bench and promptly misses that jump spinner. Nick, the younger brother of setter Christian. Cool to see those guys share the court together, and Smith's going to stay in here. I think in the middle blocker spot, so Evans, the libero, is going to stay on the bench as Faulkner misses that float serve wide. Smith, serving and defensive and serve receive specialist here, I guess. Interesting lineup wrinkle by LVC coaches C.J. Dank and Jesse Walker. (22 serving 16), a pretty comfortable lead here for New York, with Chicago running out of time, quickly looking up at a 2-0 deficit. Good pass by Merck. This is Overby on the right side, and he's roofed by Glamick one-on-one. Outstanding block move by number 7 in black, and just nowhere for Overby to go that time. Good high contact, pretty decent range, but a better play by the hometown kid, Dan Glamick. And now a 1-for-1 setter substitution. Eric Martin, the 5'6", 48-year-old, but just a phenomenal setter, going to come in to set these last couple points, replaces Christian Smith. Nice high swing that time by Starkey off the top of the block of Veree and out of the reach of Fishman. (17:23) here. Overby to serve. No reason not to absolutely go for this one. He does, and I like that hooking motion towards position one, but continues to miss it, just a little bit short. And now 7 set points. Impressive work here by New York to pull away after that mid-set Icemen run. 24-17, Glamick with the jump spinner. Dabrowski on the back one, tap to the floor. Nice piece of offense that time with Faulkner spacing it out, moving his middle attacker around. So 1 set point saved. But just like the last set, going to take a miracle of a run here for Chicago on the 4th serve of Peter Dabrowski. Martin DeVary, and that's it. Through the block of Poindexter and Wills and down. And a convincing 2-0 set lead here achieved so far by the New York Legion. 25-18 the set 2 score. LVC looking at some revenge from their championship loss to this Chicago Icemen team back in July. We will see if they can complete the 3-0 sweep in just a few minutes when we come back with set number 3. Stay tuned. Anyone watching on Instagram Live, thanks for hanging out with us. Be sure to come join us on the YouTube channel for set 3. Much better camera, audio, scoreboard overlay, the whole thing. It's a much better place to watch your volleyball. Check us out on the YouTube channel. The link is in our bio. Link is everywhere. Just find the VLA on YouTube. Check out the rest of the matches all weekend long. So that'll do it for Instagram Live for now. YouTube chat, I'm obviously still with you guys. I'm Rob St. Clair. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us live on the YouTube channel. Got a lot of volleyball all weekend long. The match schedule is in the description. Also on the website, coming up at 1 p.m., the same Chicago Icemen team against VLA Tier 2 squad Boston Bounce, making their league debut, which I'm very excited about. And then at 4 p.m. this afternoon, Team LVC back in action against Boston Bounce in their second leg of a back-to-back. Iceman roster back up to 9. They've got 9 guys to choose from. A lot of volleyball with 7 guys on the court for 4 best-of-5 matches out of a total of 9 guys. But that's the way they chose to construct their roster here for Buffalo. So far, I mean, the scoreboard speaks for itself. Not going well for Chicago in their 2021 season debut. They've made some nice plays, doing some decent things in block and transition. But the side-out offense just has not quite been there at the level that it needs to be to hang around with a team with the firepower and experience of Team LVC. Yeah, good point, too, that Chicago's waiting on several starters. Yeah, 3 starters is correct, all finishing up their professional overseas seasons in Germany. That's the case with several of these teams, New York included. Set number 3 underway with Smith to serve. Nice put away that time by Poindexter. Again, waiting for the ball across, all the way across his shoulders. Seeing the block well, understanding that the outside blocker for New York, Glamick, is doing a good job helping, taking away the wrist-away power shot, leaving Poindexter with crossbody as his best option. Beautiful pass by Evans. Rogers Dug by Merck, but Overby diving can't quite keep it inside the antenna. What serve is Glamek going to go for here? We saw the floater for the first part of the match. Saw the jump spinner for the latter half of set 2. It will be the floater working on Overby. Poindexter again, this time wrist away right inside the sideline. Look at the range from Poindexter. He's got just every shot and sees the block so well. And I think Faulkner's thinking the same way that I am right now. If the ball is passed well enough and Poindexter is your middle attacker at the time, set him the ball until he's stopped. Why not? Oh, good move that time by Poindexter. No, not Poindexter, excuse me. Dabrowski shuffling out to the outside, but Fishman barely able to beat the seam. Rogers with the float serve. A different starting rotation this set for Chicago. They're in rotation 6 right now. Another misconnection, but that ball's in. Yeah, that ball's in by Dan Starkey. A free ball set overkill. Somehow gets Chicago out of that rotation. You don't see that every day. The moral of the story there really for me is that the connection offensively between Faulkner and Starkey still not even close to where it needs to be. 3 serving 2. This is Vuri out of the back row. No, front row, excuse me. Rolled over the top. Diving play made by Faulkner. Starkey with a down ball sent over at best. A really good opportunity here in transition. But Glamek tipped out of the pipe is kept alive. Big swing here for Overby. And the touch off the top of the block of Lugo Rodriguez. A big put away that time for number 4 in blue and white. And an important point on serve for Chicago. They lead here early on by 2 in set number 3. Missed opportunity that time for New York in pretty much free ball mode. Offensively, the connection and the Bick not there. Served by Faulkner, clips the tape, handled by Fishman. Wow, how did Lugo Rodriguez find that space? In between the block of Dabrowski and Overby. Just a sliver of daylight there, and he found it. Nice delivery from Smith again. Vuri back to the line. And of all rotations for Chicago to have rotation 1 against in terms of LVC servers, this is not the one that they were looking for. But a gift from Vuri, missing that one just long out of bounds. Gets Chicago out of their worst rotation and sends Overby back to the line. Yeah, Chicago changing up the rotation that they started in this set just to generate a little bit of some different matchups. Good serve that time by Overby. Another misconnection between setter and D-ball hitter, this time on the New York side. Wills cross-court, dug by Evans. Starkey keeps it in play on the overpass. He'll get this ball offensively. Good block touch, but Merck with a one-handed cover. Great set that time by Faulkner. And the one-handed save on the pancake by Evans off the block touch can't quite be made. A big play that time for Chicago to terminate that ball. Another kill for Tyler Wills, and Overby once again serving. This is, I think, where Chicago's really at their best, when they can put just a little bit of service pressure on, make the Legion offense a little bit more predictable. They're so good at making great block moves, touching balls, and generating transition offense. A serve! That's an even better piece of service pressure. Overby with that hooking spinner in his position 1, like I was saying earlier. He's been going for it, finally contacting it high enough and getting the better of Dave Evans that time. 7-3, an early 4-point advantage, just what the doctor ordered for Chicago, triggering an early New York timeout. We will be right back, see what adjustments Legion makes to recapture some of that set 1 and 2 momentum. Stay tuned. Vince of the Ascension in the chat calling Chicago Ascension's biggest rival. I disagree with that. I think you got to wait until you can at least come close to beating him once in 10 tries to call him that, Vince. Come on now. Overby again. Good serve that time. This time working on Fishman. Really good pass, but an even better block. Dabrowski is there. Staying at home against the middle attack of Amir Lugo Rodriguez. And a good-sized middle blocker at 6'7". Dabrowski just doing a little tap block move there. Getting his arms up over the net quick and taking away Lugo Rodriguez's space. 8-3 now, a huge lead early on in the set. 8-3, 5 points, make it 6. Kyle Overby with another ace. This time Glamick can't handle it. What a turnaround here in the early going of set number 3. The Icemen letting it loose from the service line with some great blocking moves being done as well. Can Overby keep it going? Yes, he can! 2 aces in a row! And 3 now in this run for Kyle Overby, the explosive outside hitter out of Lindenwood, taking this match into his own hands. 10-3, a 7-point lead. A lot of volleyball left to play here in set 3, but Chicago desperately needed this run, and Overby has delivered it. Vuri into the serve receive pattern, generates the overpass, but oh, is that ball hit out of bounds? Yes, it is, just barely. Vuri, a pretty good look off the overpass dig out of the back row, but barely missed it out of bounds. Overby continuing to unleash back there against 4 passers on the New York side. What can Legion do to get Overby off the service line here? They can certainly do that. Just wait for him to eventually miss one. But the damage was definitely done. Overby with by far the best serving performance of the match so far. A 7-point lead for Chicago here. Looking up at a 2-0 set deficit, but an excellent start. Fishman looking to chip away at this lead. Good serve, well off the net. Starkey out of the back row, cross court and puts it away. I think that was a front row attack, excuse me, but that was a really good bump set that time by Faulkner, just giving Starkey a chance. A nice footwork and shoulder positioning, seeing the block and putting that one away in front of the defensive effort of Jordan Vuri. Dabrowski, the float server, against rotation 5 here for New York. Not a very good pass by Evans. Can Glamick have a swing at this? He can. Smart swing into the block to get it covered. He'll have another one in transition, but this time the Chicago block too good. A 2-man wall of ice. Poindexter and Starkey are there. And another timeout here coming from New York. They trail by 9, 13-4. Burning their second and final timeout of the set in an effort to turn this thing around in any way possible. But huge credit to Chicago for generating this total momentum shift. A lot of service pressure, primarily from Kyle Overby, but the block of Chicago has woken up as well in the stuff block category and just getting better touches. That was the key to beating New York back in July. It's the combination of service pressure and good disciplined blocking. It has come alive here in set 3 for the reigning champions. LVC bench imploring their guys not to lose their minds. A great point. Still a lot of volleyball left to play here. You got to stay mentally engaged despite the scoreboard. Oh, what a swing that time by Lugo Rodriguez. Pretty well fronted by Poindexter. But Brandon unable to penetrate his hands over the net quite fast enough to slow that one down. Substitution in here once again, number 23 in black, Nick Smith replaces Lugo Rodriguez. Trying to put some jump service pressure on right off the bench. Misses that one short once again. It's a tough job to do, to come in right off the bench and put in a good jump serve. It's a role that you've got to be ready for. And Smith going to stay on here instead of the libero Evans against a dangerous server in Dan Starkey. Right on cue. Pretty good pass from Smith. Setter Smith to Glamick on the outside. Good opportunity here for Chicago in transition. Wills down the line. He missed it just long. No touch by the blocker. Missed opportunity there from Chicago. Good swing by Wills, just a little bit too deep. And now a setter substitution. Eric Martin in here replaces Christian Smith. Same thing we saw at the end of set number 2, but a very different situation. LVC trailing by 8. Nice float serve. This is Wills again. Into the block. Nice cover by Overby. Wills over the top, dug by Fishman, right on the net. Martin with the set. What a play by number 13 in black. Unbelievable. Eric Martin flying in from right back, and the one-handed feed from the 48-year-old. Not bad, E. He says he's too short to go up and get it with 2 hands. But who needs that? Put away by Rogers. Nice play right off the bench by Martin. And a similar throwdown by Brandon Poindexter, cross body on the Chicago side. (15-7) now, the Chicago lead of 8 points. Tyler Wills working on Glamick on the right side in rotation 1. Another feed from Martin to Rogers. 2 for 2 in that combination. And you would think that as a middle attacker, Rogers and Lugo Rodriguez, a setter change like this, Smith versus Martin, the contact point difference would make a huge impact on the rhythm of the offensive middle attackers. But Martin's such a good setter and so consistent that the LVC middles are able to make it work. Oh, missed opportunity that time. Miscommunication defensively for New York. Fishman and Evans couldn't decide whose ball that was off the Overby tip. And it falls harmlessly to the floor. Big attack, another tip by Glamick, and a really smart play, knowing that with no libero on the floor, much less likely for Chicago that that defensive play is going to be able to be made in position 5 or position 4. The substitution back, Lugo Rodriguez in here replaces Nick Smith. So Rogers serving. Tight pass by Wills. Excellent set by Faulkner, but Starkey misses it out of bounds out of the back row. No block up for LVC, but just a little bit too much of a broad jump necessary that time from Dan Starkey to keep that ball inside the end line. The Chicago lead trimmed to 6. This set is not over yet as the LVC bench is starting to come alive. Nice set that time from Faulkner to Dabrowski. Put away inside the end line. Oh no, that ball's called out of bounds. I thought that ball was touched. I think everybody agrees that the ball was out of bounds, but Chicago begging for the touch off the block. I thought there was one. Yeah, no touch is the call. A big break here for LVC. Rogers continuing to serve. Overby, great touch by Vary. Martin in transition to Fishman, and he's rejected by Faulkner. Great block by number 2 in blue, and a huge play there for Chicago. Shuts down a little bit of what was developing into an LVC run. (17-11) now. The Chicago lead back up to 6. Tough pass by Glamick. Can Evans run it down? No, he can't. Ace serve Tim Faulkner. I think that's his second of the match already. And servers at this high of a level, it's not all about the heavy, fast-paced jump spin serve. We've seen float servers already in this match be just as effective. That nasty knuckleball sort of action can really confuse the passers and be just as effective as a serve coming at 70 miles an hour. That serve just out of bounds and well watched by Dave Evans that time. If there is one server for Team LVC that is going to get them back into this set, it might be this guy, Jordan Veree, especially against Chicago in rotation 1 here. This is a big turning point in this set. 12-18. Ace serve right on cue. Right into the seam between Merck and I believe Tyler Wills. And that not the hardest jump serve that Veree has ever hit, but very well located. Back within 5. Could this be the run? What a move by Merck to keep that ball alive. Overbeat, dug by Glamick, but overpassed and tapped down by Starkey. Huge play there by Chicago to keep that ball alive in the first place by Colin Merck, and then eventually win the point with the tap down by Dan Starkey on the overpass. Big play there to get Jordan Veree off the line. The lead back up to 6, 19-13. And Overby again serving, the man responsible for this Icemen lead. Another overpass and fisted straight to the floor by Starkey. The service pressure of Kyle Overby absolutely unstoppable here in set number 3. Can he put the nail in the coffin here to get his team on the board in this first match of the weekend? Smith back in to set the offense in the front row for LVC. Another great serve. Really good move by Fishman. 3 blockers there against the middle attack of Lugo Rodriguez. This is Veree down the line. Beautiful dig by Merck. And thrown down on 2 by Starkey. What a play by number 3 in blue. Just a textbook move. Starting with his left foot on that position 5 sideline. Reading the attack of Jordan Veree down the line. Making that move just a little bit to the inside. Perfect platform right on the net, and Starkey going up and throwing it down on 2. Great play by Chicago. Is that going to be an ace serve? Yes, it is. Another one in the tally of Kyle Overby. I think that's, 5 already this match? 6? A crazy serving performance by Kyle Overby in this set. Just the spark plug that Chicago needed. And this set now all but over, 22-13. We are definitely headed to a set 4 here. Really no harm done on that service error by Kyle Overby. Obviously the damage done previously in the 2 runs so far. If he wasn't already, of course, Overby now a full green light server. Given the go-ahead to just go after it every time back there. Fishman, same deal. Really good pass by Overby that time. But a little bit of a traffic jam on the Bic. Doesn't matter, though, as a defensive miscommunication again by LVC. The second time this set that a makeable defensive play against an off-speed shot has not been made. 23-14 now, Dabrowski serving. Veree out of the back row into the antenna down the line and an unforced error. Looks like Veree's having to do a little bit too much catching up to the ball, especially out of the back row. Maybe a little too far outside the antenna for him as well. First match of the weekend, the team's still fine-tuning those connections. But with a full tournament under their belt between Smith and Veree, I expect that connection to get repaired quickly. Evans making that move all the way across, and an unlucky break that time by Poindexter as the Lugo Rodriguez quick middle attack goes right through his arms and inside the end line on the Chicago side. So 1 set point saved, but now 15-24. All Chicago needs is 1 side out here in rotation 3 to get on the board. Will, sharp cross court, kept alive by an impressive stab. Lugo Rodriguez sends over a free ball. And I think that's going to be 4 contacts. The call is that 2 defenders made a bang-bang play and touched the ball each. And that send over by Lugo Rodriguez was actually the 4th contact. That's going to be it. It's a anticlimactic way to end set number 3, but Chicago takes it convincingly. 25-15. We are headed to set 4 with a lot more volleyball to play here in the first match of the weekend. Live on the VLA YouTube channel. I'm Rob St. Clair. Stay tuned. Set number 4 coming your way in just a minute. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us live on the Volleyball League of America YouTube channel. I'm Rob St. Clair. If you are watching right now and you aren't already subscribed, do it. Press the button. It helps us out a lot. The subscriber number is really important to us, and you don't want to miss any of our live matches, any of our highlights, podcasts, whatever. A ton of YouTube content. We really use this platform as much as we can. A lot of great stuff coming after this event, leading up to VLA Cup in May, which is a huge tournament coming in just about a month. So make sure you're subscribed here on this YouTube channel so you don't miss a minute of the action. LVC took the first 2 sets pretty comfortably, but Chicago exploded out of the gate in set 3 to take it in dominating fashion, 25-15. And let's see if there are any lineup changes or starting rotation changes for either team. The first server for Chicago will be Dan Starkey. So starting off serving in rotation 4. And LVC with an outside hitter replacement, Nick Smith in the full-time outside hitter role, replacing Andrew Fishman this set. Hammer of a serve, but a beautiful pass by Smith. Vareed dug by Overby, but a net violation. Committed by Chicago on the block, and the LVC bench is fired up. That's an advantage that they have. They just have a ton of bodies on the bench to make a bunch of noise. I'd like to see them use that more. A little bit of injection of energy could be just what they need. Rogers serving, working on Overby short. Tough pass. This is Starkey out of the back row against two blockers. And a straight down stuff block once again by Lugo Rodriguez. With Glamick there as well, the Long Beach State block making the journey all the way to Western New York to shut down Dan Starkey that time. Wills dug sharp cross court by Glamick. He'll get this chance in transition through the block of Faulkner and out of play off the defensive effort of Starkey. And talk about an energy shift. LVC has come out absolutely firing here. A quick 3-0 start out of the gate here in set number 4. Good pass by Overby. Poindexter hammered to the floor straight down Broadway. We've talked about Poindexter's range, reacting to what blockers are in front of him, but if there's no blockers in front of him, you better believe he's going to be unstoppable. Icemen on the board here. Tyler Wills serving. Good rip, handled really well by Evans. This is Glamick, and what a block by Poindexter. Straight down, making a dent in the floorboards for a second play in a row. And if that aspect of Chicago's game comes alive, watch out. Wills serving again. Another hammer, well handled by Smith. Glamick again, good touch by Poindexter, but just a little bit too late to slow it down in such a way that one of his teammates can pursue it. Both teams coming out with a lot of energy here in set number 4. I love to see that. Got a little bit of a crowd here in the house in Buffalo, a limited number of fans allowed to attend this event, which is great to see. The energy in the gym makes a big difference. Good move by Merck to pass that ball in the seam. Overby against two big blockers. Over the top, dug by Smith. Evans sends over a free ball. No, he tries, but he can't. He misses the down ball short. Poindexter, number 18 in blue with the float serve. Clips the tape, handled by Smith, who's passed the ball really well so far. Great block touch by Dabrowski. Overby with a big swing in transition. Another good block touch slows it down, but the dig by Smith goes right underneath the net in that confusing little area that is tough to pull the ball out from. And a transition kill by Kyle Overby to match his serving performance from set 3. We're tied up at 4. Good block touch by Overby, but not quite good enough. And a back row attack violation, the call. A big break that time for Chicago. Vareed jumped from either with his foot on or in front of that 3-meter line. As a back row attacker, you got to stay fully behind that thing. Chicago takes the lead after going down early. Oh, dumped over by Smith on 2. Great play by number 2 in black. The former Division III National Player of the Year and national champion with SUNY New Paltz. Taking the offense into his own hands that time. Float serve by Glamick. Not a good pass by Overby. He's going to get this ball way out of system. Block pulls off, and a smart move as Overby sends it long. Nice targeted float serving by Dan Glamick that time. Icemen passers are probably going to step up as far as they can to try and take this ball with their hands. Overby does just that. Perfect pass. Big attack to Wills. He's a little bit late, but Lugo Rodriguez unable to scoop it up after the initial block touch. And Faulkner now will be the Chicago server. We're tied up at 6. It feels to me just like the level of volleyball and level of energy has increased just a little bit here in set 4. These two teams, yeah, don't try and tell me these two teams don't want to win this match. Vareed out of the back row. Good block touch by Starkey on the triple block. No double contact call, but the block good enough anyway. Nick Smith's first offensive attempt is a stuff block rejection by Dabrowski and Starkey. Chicago takes the lead there on that block. Another good floater by Faulkner. Passing from Smith has been great so far. Straight down the line by Smith, out of bounds, but a net violation admitted to immediately by Dan Starkey of the Icemen. Gives Team LVC a huge break. And a point on the error. Negates the swing out of bounds. We're tied up at 7. Lugo Rodriguez back to serve. The assistant coach at Northwestern University in Chicagoland. That ball definitely set too far inside for Starkey. Blasted through the seam. No touch on its way out of bounds. Overby, perfect pass. Dabrowski crossbody, one-handed stab by Glamick, but it hits the post outside of the antenna, immediately out of bounds. Dabrowski quiet so far, but we've got that one-on-one matchup between him and Lance Rogers, the former collegiate teammates at George Mason. We'll see if they start to go at one another just a little bit more. Tied up at 8, Overby, after his heroic serving performance in set 3. Misses that one just barely out of bounds. Smith working on Merck's hands. Dabrowski on that back one again, tipped into the block of Nick Smith, kept alive. This is Wills way inside the block, and what a smart roll shot. Beautiful play by Tyler Wills, way off the net, making good hand contact, chopping it crossbody where he knew there were no defenders. Excellent out-of-system play by Tyler Wills, who is an outstanding outdoor player as well. You can see that aspect of his game there in that play. Tied up at 9 with Dabrowski back to the service line. Good pass by Glamick. This is Varee on the right side. No, Nick Smith, excuse me, into the block of Poindexter. Covered again, Smith again! And a gigantic stuff block by Brandon Poindexter again, his second of the set already. What an intimidating block that is. Just the Chicago front row, no matter the configuration, just such a big average size, that huge blocking prowess. They take the lead 10-9 until now after that Dabrowski service error short. No set so far has been closer than 5 points at its conclusion. This could be the one to get tight and go to the wire, maybe even extra points. We will see. Nick Smith from the service line. Good serve, but an even better pass by Overby. Starkey down the line. What a dig by Evans. Free ball opportunity here. Merck has to set this ball. Wills cross court. Another dig by Evans. Smith out of the back row off the set from his brother. Through the triple block of Chicago and down. That was an incredible dig by libero Dave Evans in position 5 for Team LVC. That was about as hard as I've ever seen Dan Starkey hit a ball, and Evans ate that thing up. 11-10 New York. Another good rip by Smith. Poindexter, crossbody again off the outside hand of Lance Rogers and out of play. Outstanding service reception that time by Tyler Wills. Set up the perfect in-system opportunity for Faulkner and Chicago. Starkey looking to break the tie at 11. Did that catch a piece of the deep corner? No, it did not. Speaking of the deep corner, I've had the pleasure of having several of these guys in both these teams on the Deep Corner podcast series on this YouTube channel and wherever you get your audio podcasts. Highly recommend checking that out, especially the guys leading up to this event. The dump attempt that time by Faulkner, is that kept alive? Yes! Glamick into the hands of Faulkner, but dug by Starkey. This play's still alive, and Wills puts it away. What a crazy scramble. LVC confused, talking to the referees about a potential 4-contact call. I'm honestly not entirely sure what happened there. Faulkner tried to dump it into the block. I think it was scooped up and only 2 contacts sent back over. I'm really not sure. But I think a good move by the officials to let that play continue. And Chicago ends up terminating off the high-hand swing by Tyler Wills. It goes back to serve now, and that's a huge play. LVC thought they should have been up by 2 at this point, but we're tied up at 12. The ball may have been going out of bounds, played by Nick Smith. Christian Smith to Glamick, and that block is in. The 3rd block of this set alone from Brandon Poindexter, with Tim Faulkner there as well. And the Icemen front row coming alive, building a wall. Again, if they're able to apply just a little bit of service pressure to take the LVC offense a little bit out of system, their block really has its strengths. Great pass that time from Evans. Dug by Merck on the middle attack. Starkey can have a swing at this in transition. Down the line, another dig from Evans. Christian Smith runs it down. Free ball here for Chicago. Where does Faulkner go? Poindexter again! Straight down the middle and down. Incredible defense being played by both these teams. Both liberos really flashing the leather. But it's the dig by Chicago. Colin Merck able to keep that ball off the floor. And the Starkey offensive opportunity in transition got Chicago ahead enough in that point to generate that free ball. Now they lead by 2. Their biggest lead of the set. Smith to Varee. Cross court. Beautiful dig by Starkey. Overbeam. Misses it out of bounds. No, a touch detected off the block. Called right away, and a good call admitted to by the blocker Lugo Rodriguez. Overby terminates in transition. Great dig that time by the opposite Dan Starkey, and Chicago leads by 3. A timeout going to be taken here by New York. What a set we have here in set 4. The level has increased. The competitiveness is there. And Icemen now with the 3-point lead, their largest of the set, trying to force a set 5 in this championship rematch, first match of the weekend. Must-watch TV coming later on here in set 4. Don't go anywhere. Tyler Wills for Chicago continuing to serve out of the timeout. 15-12. Working on Glamick down the line. Lugo Rodriguez, wrist away, misses it out of bounds. A huge missed opportunity off a very good pass. And just a little bit too sharp of an angle that time from number 17 in black. A huge point on serve for Chicago. And their biggest lead of the set extended to 4. Another good serve by Wills. This way out of system. Glamick can have a swing at this. No, right on the net. Glamick wins the joust, but commits a net violation on the follow-through. Glamick asking about potentially an over-the-net call against Faulkner. I agree with the no call in that case. And the run continues for Chicago. The lead up to 5. Rotation 3 receive here for New York. Another look at that wrist-away spinner down the line, but barely missed out of bounds by Tyler Wills. Big sigh of relief now from New York as their best server back to the line, Jordan Varee. Huge turning point here in this match and this entire weekend of volleyball right here. Oh, and a service error. Just a little bit too short. As a service sub is going to come in here, number 22 in white, Scott Sawicki, middle blocker out of Lindenwood, in his first action of the weekend. Straight middle blocker for middle blocker sub. Sawicki with a vicious jump serve. A good one right on cue. Passed pretty well by Glamick. That's Smith out of the pipe, kept alive. Diving play. Faulkner sends over the free ball in the 3rd contact. Lugo Rodriguez again. Good defensive play. Overby can run this down. Another free ball here for New York. Where does Smith go? Lugo Rodriguez again, and this time finally terminates off the block and down on the Chicago side. Nice work from New York there, not getting discouraged by the Chicago defense, continuing to give them chances, getting out of that rotation, and now Fishman back into the match, replacing Dan Glamek to serve and probably play some defense. I like that substitution. Perfect pass by Merck. Overby a little bit early to that ball, kept alive on the cover, and a swing by Faulkner is in on the end line. LVC complaining about some call. I don't know what that would be. I think that's a perfect play. Overby jumped a little early, tipped it into the block, scooped it up on the first contact. Dabrowski rescued it on the second, and Faulkner with the kill. Everyone loves to see a setter get a chance to swing every once in a while. Faulkner now serving a 5-point lead again for Chicago. Not a good pass by Nick Smith. He'll get a swing at this against 3 blockers, and a reaching touch by Overby. Not quite good enough as it falls in about position 4 on the Chicago side. So a nice bailout swing for number 23 in black, Nick Smith, that time. And Lugo Rodriguez back to serve, trailing by 4. Chicago looking at forcing a set 5 here. Platform set to Overby on the right side of rotation 1, over the top of the block, out of bounds. Did he get the touch? No, he did not. So a big point on serve there for New York. And ball passed just a little bit too low for Faulkner to get his hands on it. Lugo Rodriguez again. Same spot, better pass that time by Overby. Good touch by Rogers against his former teammate Dabrowski, but not good enough for the LVC defense to run down. If you missed set 3, this guy right here, Kyle Overby, had a run that included 4 aces and then a second run with, I believe, 2 more that told the big story of the Icemen's dominant 10-point win in that set. Needless to say, this is a huge trip to the service line. Vuri out of the back row, great block touch, but Overby not deep enough to jump up and stab and keep that ball alive. Nice high rip that time by Vuri. His intention was to hit the ball high into the hands of the block. 17-20 this set, not over yet. Christian Smith with his team down by 3. Good float serve working on Overby again. Tight pass thrown to the outside by Faulkner to Wills. Dug into the ceiling, still alive. Rolled over by Fishman. Dabrowski's out of the offense. This is Wills against 2 blockers. Sharp cross court. No touch and out of bounds off the tape. So another point on serve here for New York. I like that shot attempt from Wills trying to slice one off. Really sharp 4-4. Contacted a little bit too low. And again, the set far from over. 2-point deficit that New York is continuing to chip away at. Dabrowski cross body kept alive easily by Smith. Vuri with a great set all the way cross court. Smith into the block is covered. Now Jordan attacking. What a dig by Overby. Wills down the line, kept alive by Christian Smith. Vuri out of system is rejected finally by Wills, and it can't be covered. What a rally that was. Both teams maybe a little bit questionable about from their sidelines about the other team's ball handling. I like those no calls. Let the guys play if they're trying to make an athletic attempt at setting a ball. But a big play for Chicago after that crazy rally to lead back up to 3. This is Smith on the right side. Nice high swing after the imperfect connection. Transition opportunity here. And Rogers with the stuff block sealing the cross court off the shoulder of Faulkner and out of play. Excellent discipline move that time by number 10 in black. Fishman back to the bench, replaced by Dan Glamek. Nick Smith to serve, down by 2. Can LVC bring this back, or are we going to set 5? Smith misses it short, really going after it from the service line. One insurance point here for Chicago on the serve of Dan Starkey would be absolutely huge. Rotation 2 receive on the New York side. Glamick, Rogers, and Varee. What a serve that time by Starkey. Barely kept alive by Smith. This is Varee on the right side! And another gargantuan stuff block by Brandon Poindexter. The guy is just everywhere in this set blocking the ball. And another timeout coming here from LVC. I believe that's their second of the set. What a performance in this set by Brandon Poindexter. The caliber of stuff blocks that we have seen are absolutely highlight reel worthy. And Chicago on the doorstep of forcing set 5 after being down 2-0 what seemed like just minutes ago. 23-19, and this championship rematch from July is giving everything we asked for and more. Both of these captains, Chris Heisley and Tim Faulkner, talked about it at length on the deep corner in the last couple weeks leading up to this event, what this matchup means, the background of this rivalry, how long these two guys and these two teams have been playing against one another. And both of them very much looking forward to writing another 2 chapters in this matchup this weekend, because of course they will play once again tomorrow. Starkey serving out of the timeout. A serve off the platform of Nick Smith and just out of bounds on the Icemen side. And now a set point coming up. Chicago has really separated here in the late stages of what has been an extremely competitive set, by far the most competitive so far. Despite the 24-19 scoreboard, Starkey looking to serve it out in style. Great pass by Smith. Glamick sharp cross court, dug by Overby, but Starkey can't quite run it down. So 1 set point saved. And a substitution going to come in here. Number 14 in black, Chris Huesman, replaces Lance Rogers. A similar sub to what we saw for Chicago, just a middle blocker for middle blocker sub, but this to insert a strong jump service presence. Down by 4, LVC might as well go for this one. Huesman very dangerous. Good jump serve, but an even better pass from Overby. And how appropriate that Brandon Poindexter be the guy to put that one away with the impossibly high contacted middle attack. And we are going 5, ladies and gentlemen. 25-20. The Icemen take set number 4. And we are headed to the do-or-die tiebreaker. We would not have it any other way between these two teams. Quick sprint to 15 points to decide this first match of the weekend, coming right up. Don't go anywhere. Our first match of the weekend here in Buffalo, and we already have a 5-setter. I'm Rob St. Clair. Thanks for joining us live on the VLA YouTube channel for the incredible conclusion to this already pretty wild match. LVC took the first 2 sets pretty convincingly, pretty comfortably, until the Icemen actually absolutely exploded out of the gate in set 3, excuse me, and then pulled away late in set 4 after a really competitive battle to force this tiebreaker. In what, of course, is a championship rematch from all the way back in July. The stakes are that much higher in this one than just any old regular season match. Chicago starting off in rotation 5 with Tyler Wills serving. Good pass here by Glamick. Lugo Rodriguez blocked by Poindexter, and somehow no lifts call. I think that's totally a missed call by the officials. That had to be a lift by Lugo Rodriguez after the stuff block of Brandon Poindexter. A huge break for Team LVC. I really think the first and only missed call of this match so far. And in a game only to 15, who knows how much of a difference that'll make. LVC takes the lead 1-0. Jordan Vuri back to serve. Great pass by Merck. Poindexter again! And Lugo Rodriguez returns the favor with the one-on-one solo block. Wow, what a turn of events that is. A crazy 2-point swing. Lugo Rodriguez somehow able to keep his own block alive in the first play, allegedly, and then gets a block of his own against Brandon Poindexter to take an early 2-point lead. Great pass by Wills. Poindexter again! I love that set choice from Faulkner. Love that. Glad he got Brandon back involved again right away. High and hard off the block and out of bounds. Man, we're going to have our work cut out for us to pick an MVP of this match regardless of who wins. Poindexter with the float serve missed badly out of bounds. A little too much adrenaline on that one. 3-1 New York early on here in set number 5. Again, played only to 15. The teams will change sides when the first team reaches 8. You still must win by 2. Another good pass from Wills. Dabrowski dug wrist away by Evans. Vuri out of the back row, down the line, and perfectly located in the deep zone 5 corner. What a swing by number 15 in black, and I don't know what Coach CJ Dank and Team LVC talked about in that timeout, but whatever it was, it has worked. 4-1 early on here. Fishman serving. Cuts it all the way across. What a serve that is. A clean, untouched ace. Cut all the way across the court to pretty much zone 2 on the sideline and the 3-meter line intersection. Just an incredible piece of serving from number 6 in black, and now 5-1 in favor of the home team. Incredible. Another good pass from Wills. Overby, great block touch. Can Evans run it down? Yes, but can't. Not quite a good enough touch. What a match we have here to kick this weekend off. 2-5, Faulkner serving for Chicago. This is obviously so far from over. Work to do in this rotation. Rotation 5 receive here for New York. Vuri, a big option out of the back row. Glamick down the line. Great dig from Faulkner. Somehow kept alive, sent over by Starkey. Nice set by Evans. Glamick again, and he's rejected. What a move by number 9 in blue. Dan Starkey reaching back in to seal that seam. Huge play that time for Chicago. The margins in set 5s and quick sprints to 15 points, so much thinner. Every point on serve, every block, every ace, every error, that much more meaningful, including those little swings and momentum. And we just saw one there. Crazy set that time from Smith to Lugo Rodriguez. Running all the way. Smith, of course, running all the way to position 4. Back set, quick tempo to number 17, Amir Lugo Rodriguez. I like that piece of offense. And here, Eric Martin once again enters the match, this time as a service sub. Come in and play some left back defense. Martin with a good float serve and a good defender. I like this substitution. 6-3 New York. Pass well off the net by Merck. This is Starkey against 3 blockers! And Rogers closes the door harshly. With Glamick and Smith there as well. And a timeout going to be taken here by Chicago. After stealing a couple points and looking like the momentum was shifting the way of the reigning champs, LVC says no thank you. Steals it right back and brings their lead up to 4, 7-3. 1 point away from forcing the side change. And a smart timeout here from Chicago, not letting this momentum get any more out of hand. Martin continuing to serve out of the timeout. Good pass by Overby. Gets this ball. One-on-one in rotation. What a slingshot cross court. Just incredible. He took that ball straight off the top of the antenna. Just an amazing swing by Overby and a terrific set by Faulkner to set it all up. You saw the run that Overby went on in set number 3. This would be a nice time for something similar. 4-7, Chicago trails. Right on cue, ace serve Kyle Overby. Just an untouchable serve from 5 to 5. You don't see right-handed jump servers serve from the left side of court that often. I love that. Little different look geometrically, getting the better of Dan Glamick to his outside that time. Incredible serve by Overby. Goes at him again, but a little deep that time. But any point on serve, like I said, is huge. Teams are changing sides here as LVC reaches 8 first, 8-5. Can LVC continue to side out with perfect efficiency? Or can the Icemen chip away? They need perfect side out as well. Any insurance points for New York on serve in any rotation will be absolutely massive. Good flat flitzer by Smith. Overpassed and dispatched. Straight to the floor by Dan Glamick. And right on cue, an insurance point on serve. 9-5 now for New York. How huge could that be? What a block, but an even better cover by Overby. Starkey right on the net, another swing into the block that's well covered. This is Wills on the left side, rolled over the top. And the block deflection lands on the LVC side. Impressive stuff there from Chicago, hanging in there. Challenging the block, but doing a great job in block coverage. Now 6-9. Poindexter back into the front row, where he has been so impactful the last set and a half or so. Great set from Smith to Rogers, barely kept alive and able to be swung at by Starkey. Oh, what a set from Smith. But Poindexter there again to shut down Glamick right on cue. Wow, what a turn of events that was. Those were 2 impressive sets by Christian Smith to Rogers and Glamick respectively. But Brandon Poindexter not fooled. Now 7 serving 9. As we clean off some sweat on the floor, these guys are working hard first thing in the morning. Dabrowski serving again. Rotation 1 received here for New York. Where's Smith going to go to get out of this key, crucial rotation? 3 on the left side, and 2 blocks in a row for Brandon Poindexter. Incredible performance, number 18 in blue, blocking the ball. And a substitution in here, Nick Smith replaces Dan Glamick. LVC really utilizing all three outside hitters pretty interchangeably throughout this match. Needing Smith potentially to get out of rotation one here. Tight pass, one-handed set, somebody touched the net, and it was Chicago. Nice play by Christian Smith, getting up there one-handed and setting that tight pass. Chicago arguing that it was Smith of LVC who touched the net, but down official with no doubt in his mind that it was Chicago. LVC is going to take that point, 10 serving 8. Nick Smith straight off the bench to put in the jump spinner. Pretty good serve. Starkey on the right side, tight set, wiped into the block of Fishman, and it's stuffed. No cover is there between Merck and Faulkner. And a big missed opportunity that time by Chicago. That is definitely a coverable ball, a play that I expect them to make. And a smart choice by Starkey, taking that tight set, throwing it into the block. His intention was to get that covered on his side. Big mistake there from Chicago, and the LVC lead back up to 3. 11-8, triggering the Chicago timeout. Chicago needs a side out here, out of rotation 3 in the worst possible way. Wills, Poindexter, Starkey, the front row hitting options. See if this timeout slowed down Nick Smith. It did not. Pretty good serve, passed well off the net. Starkey has to set this ball to Wills, and a brilliant swing. High off the fingertip deflection of the LVC block and out of play. Nice high-level vision by Tyler Wills that sends Starkey back to the line as Chicago Icemen trail by 2. Rotation 2 received here for LVC. Vree, Rogers, Fishman against the serve of Dan Starkey. Another pivotal moment. Starkey can definitely apply the pressure. Overpassed by Evans, and then Poindexter tapped to the floor cross-body. Right on cue, Starkey dials up the heat and forces the overpass. Now Chicago within 1. And a really smart timeout, in my opinion, by C.J. Dank, coach of Team LVC. Just to take a server in Dan Starkey that he can tell is heating up off the line for now and making him think long and hard about this next serve. Classic maneuver. We see it in volleyball with servers. We see it in football with field goal kickers. We see it in basketball with free throw shooters. Trying to ice the guy. He has to go back there and execute out of the timeout. And an absolutely pivotal moment of execution coming here. Chicago down 10-11 in a game to 15. What Starkey got? Good serve. Smith to Vree on the right side, and what a brilliant swing that is. Just phenomenal vision by Jordan Vree. Hit that ball high, hard, with pace, right into the outside hand of Tyler Wills and into the side wall. That's a brilliant piece of offense. And again, Chris Hoosman going to come in here to serve for Lance Rogers. We saw it at the end of the last set. 12-10. Chicago's got to get side out of this rotation. Good serve working down the line. Good pass by Wills. Terrible set from Faulkner to Starkey. But Smith taken out of the offense as the setter. Varee against 2 blockers, rolled over the top. Chicago's got to have this. Wills against 3 blockers! And an equally good swing. Off the high hand, outside hand of Varee. Again, anything you can do, I can do better, says Tyler Wills. Playing the Uno reverse card against Jordan Varee that time. Chicago back within 1, and that is a huge break after a big offensive missed opportunity inside out. Good serve by Wills. Even better pass by Nick Smith. Varee again. What a dig by Wills. Faulkner wins the joust. No way. Right on the net, the dig of Tyler Wills, and tapped over the head of Dave Evans. Nobody there, and we are tied at 12. What a set, what a match. That was an incredible dig by Tyler Wills. About as hard as Jordan Varee can hit a ball. Just absolutely stuck high into the rafters, right on the net, and Faulkner makes the play. Varee again, one another dig, this time by Starkey. Fishman is roofed by Faulkner. You've got to be kidding me. What a turnaround. 13-12 Chicago. Unbelievable defense again. This time it was Starkey keeping the Varee bomb off the floor. No way. Where does Smith go to get out of this rotation? It's got to be Varee again. Yes, it is. Rolled by Overby. Merck picks this up. Overby for set point down the line. Unbelievable. What a run. And LVC has to use their last timeout here, and they do. Match point Chicago. What a turnaround. Unbelievable 14-12. 3 times in a row in this rotation, Jordan Varee has gotten a good look on the right side. He's put good swings on all 3 of them, but Chicago somehow able to keep those balls off the floor and turn them into offense on each occasion, and now they have match point. One of the craziest turnarounds I've ever seen, especially after the way that set started, going down 3-1 or 4-1. Chicago's clawed all the way back. Their block and defense, block defense and transition offense, their strength has really shined here in the last few points. And now a chance on the serve of Tyler Wills to win the match. Does Smith go to Varee again, or does he go somewhere else? Good pass by Nick Smith. It is Varee again. Cross court into the ceiling off the defensive play. Overby can have a swing at this. Off the tape, dug by Christian Smith. Set by Lugo Rodriguez, and there's Varee off the block of Overby and out of play. Crucial put away by number 15 in black. Finally gets his team out of that rotation. Now the all-important point, Jordan Varee, 13-14. Match point Chicago, inside out in rotation 5. Keeps it in play, barely kept alive by Merck. Overby down the line, and that's it! 15-13, Chicago comes all the way back. From down 2 sets to none. From down 3 or 4, even 5 points in set number 5, to win the match 15-13 in the tiebreaker. Absolutely unbelievable. And the championship rematch goes the way of the defending champions for now. In one of the great matches in VLA history so far, the Chicago Icemen fight all the way back. And in their 2021 season debut, they defeat New York's Team LVC 3-2. What a barn burner that was. And if you haven't had enough, fortunately for you, in just about exactly an hour, this same Icemen team will be going back at it again against VLA Tier 2 squad Boston Bounce, making their VLA debut. 1 p.m. Eastern time on this same YouTube channel. You can expect that one. What a match that was, a reverse sweep. I'm going to grab a couple of the Icemen guys to interview here on the stream. A lot more content coming your way all weekend long. Stay tuned for all the matches. Schedule in the description. Check out the website. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you're not already. Let's hear from some of the Icemen players. Kyle Overby, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa.
That was fun. That was exactly what you expect when you play LVC in the first match, you know?
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. 5-set, just absolute mashing. It was crazy.
So you go, first match of the year, you go down 2-0. There are things that clearly just aren't quite clicking yet, and I get it. It's early, that happens. Set 3, you guys came out and just exploded out of the gate, and your 2 service runs were a huge part of that. What did you talk about in the huddle between sets 2 and 3?
What we said is we got a target on our back from last year, and you know what? We came out here, we've got nothing to lose. Like, you know, we're down 2 sets, go down swinging, you know? Green light, everyone's going to pick you up. We're all going to come into the center and keep swinging.
Talk about green light, yourself in particular, the range that you showed serving from the left side. I was talking that you don't see right-handed jump service serve from there all that much. You're just able to create all these angles. You had a couple aces hooking it across your body, a couple aces going to zone 5. Are you deciding that before you go back to serve, looking what you're seeing over there, or just trying to react to your toss and go get it?
More of the latter. I react more off my toss, depending on where my toss goes, and then, you know, I'm going to go for it if it's out this way. Or if it's out that way, you know, adjust with your last 2 steps and go for it.
How about Brandon Poindexter's blocking performance, huh?
Oh my goodness, man. It makes defense so much easier when there is just a giant wall up there. You know, he takes up so much of the court, and it makes the hitters think, and, like, they start, you know, making different swings, and it's easier for us. They're getting good touches and start picking balls up, you know, turn them into points.
You guys are incredibly good at that. That's something that's always been a strength of the Icemen, and it was no more evident than right there at the very end of set 5. You got Jordan Varee, who is a monster, just hammering balls on the right side, and you guys are making good block moves, good touches, and incredible defensive plays, and then you're able to turn them into offense immediately. How? You made it look so easy.
Yeah. Well, what we said is stop reaching on blocks. You know, get your block up there, press over, and take whatever you're at. Don't reach, because that's when you get tooled, you know. So then our defense is able to read around that, step in, and, you know, they're digging high balls, so we all get to transition. And then, I mean, it's tough to stop when you got all those big hitters behind us.
You got that right. That was an all-time comeback. Incredible to watch. I hope you're ready to go at it again in just about an hour, huh?
Yeah. Time to eat a little food, get some water, and get right back to it.
Agreed. Great match, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Rob.
See you out there. Hey, Brandon. Kyle, get Brandon. Brandon Poindexter, ladies and gentlemen, an all-time reverse sweep.
Yeah,
that was just insane. I was just talking to Kyle, and he told me about what you guys talked about between sets 2 and 3. You get on 2-0. You understand coming into this season that you're the reigning champs. You got a target on your back.
Exactly.
Everyone wants a piece of you guys, and just the explosiveness and the way that you guys played the rest of that match. It was a lot of Kyle serving in set 3, but after that, it was your blocking. What changed? Did you even know what happened? What changed? What did you start seeing that allowed you to make those moves?
It took me 2 games to realize I shouldn't have to try and touch the top of the pin every time when I'm blocking. Low and over, they're not getting up too high. Everything's low over the net, so I just worked on pressing, footwork, reading my keys, and Peter and Scott, other middles, they were in my ear talking to me. Yeah, I'm still out of breath. It was a wild game, but the team battle. It was all about the energy, all about vibing out. Once we were down 0-2. All the pressure was on them, so just use that to our advantage.
100%. It was totally an energy shift.
Yeah.
We saw it in set 3, like that. You guys got up so early with Kyle's crazy run, but in set 4, as tight as that was, there was really an uptick in the energy from both teams. I thought that was really cool. And like, how do you keep that up for a whole weekend?
The good thing about this is we're very familiar with these teams, especially LVC. We know them. We want to do well against them. We know they want to kill us, and I think that spark really helps us light the fire under us. And honestly, we shouldn't have to be down 0-2 to play like that, but it's lessons learned. But I like we can face adversity, use that, build off of that, and hopefully use it the rest of the weekend.
Well, that's a heck of a way to start the season.
Yes.
And for you personally, we're coming up on a match in just about an hour against a new squad. But you are a Boston guy from Cambridge, Massachusetts. What's it going to be like to play against what I guess technically is your hometown team in Boston Bounce?
Yeah, I've been really excited about this. They got Jalen over there, and I started playing volleyball because of his mom. She was my high school coach. Obviously, I'm a big fan of his. Watching him just Penn State through playing overseas. I've never played against him in a competitive setting, so it's a little extra energy to fire me up. But yeah, seeing some of the old faces. The Boston volleyball community, it's a tight-knit group, so it's good to see that they're part of the VLA now, and hopefully a part of the expansion.
We're so stoked about that. Go get some food, go get some water. We'll see you back out there in a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
Great work, man. Wow, what a match. Incredible way to kick off the weekend. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Again, we'll be right back. What time is it? It's 12:09, top of the hour, 1 o'clock Eastern. Chicago versus Boston Bounce. Good to see Brandon against his hometown team. All kinds of more storylines to talk about. Can Chicago literally stay on their feet after this 5-setter just now? Tons more volleyball coming your way. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in 45, 50 minutes for match number 2. I'm Rob St. Clair. See you next time.